Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sumi back again with another episode of Slay the Spire. I just finished our last run on the defect, very underwhelming run. We didn't even make it past the first boss, which I believe is actually a record for earliest loss for us so far. I think we've always managed to get to floor 2. So, despite my usual rotation, I think we're going to actually do another run as the defect. Okay. This time we've got a relic. It's only a common relic, but it's for free. I think we kind of have to take that. The same rules apply with the colorless card that I mentioned last time. I just don't think they're very good early. And I can't really see losing a permanent stat for the sake of some temporary gold, regardless of how close the shop is. So let's just go ahead and choose our common relic. Bag of Preparation. At the start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. So we've basically got the starting relic of the defect and a mirror of the starting relic of the silent. So maybe we're okay. Let's take a look around for our best possible route. I'm looking for campfires and for potential boss fights after campfires now. We do want to get 2 early campfires if we can, for the sake of upgrading Zap and Dual Cast. Both very strong skills. I think our best route for success is going to start here. We're going to follow this pathing up. We'll touch on 1 boss and 4 campfires along the way. Hopefully get some upgrades in. Okay, we get a pretty nice starting hand because of the Bag of Preparation. I'm feeling pretty good about the start of this one already. Okay, let's go ahead and throw up 2 defenses. We don't want to take any damage right now if we can help it. Dual cast is always nice. We'll draw into 2 strikes. He will die this turn. Fairly smooth. Let's see what we've got for card options. Already, I just love Ball Lightning. And these are both okay, but I think Ball Lightning is just going to be the best choice for us. So that being said, let's defend, avoid some damage just to make sure we can hop up to the nearest campfires and just smith right away. No damage taken so far. That feels pretty nice. Maybe we can dual cast our way into killing them this turn. Okay, I don't really think gaining orb slots is always the best way to go. Deal damage equal to 2 times the number of frost channeled this combat to all enemies. Interesting. That could certainly make for some interesting synergies, especially in a block deck. That might actually be very strong. And rebound. Let's take a Blizzard. I've never used the card before. I think I've been underrating Ice, despite having used it so much last time. I would really like to get that in our deck at some point. Unfortunately, we can't afford it just yet. Sunder again is a possibility. Or we remove. To be honest, I'm just such a fan of thinning down decks. Let's just get a strike out of our deck. Yeah, let's follow through like that. I might be overvaluing card removal, but I think it's just so helpful. I'm basically praying that we land 1 zap on him this turn. Okay, that's fine. I'll take 10 for the sake of ending this without any huge heartache. Maybe I could have played this a bit slower and not have to do that. But here we are. Bullseye. 8 damage, 1 lock on. What does lock on do? 50% more damage from orbs. I could see that. Remove a card, lose 7 HP. Always. We're still missing any sort of defense. So for now, we're going to take another strike out until we get something to replace these defense with. I am going to smith, despite us being at 58 health. I think Zap is a good choice. Okay. We're focusing the middle one because I believe he's buffing his strength this turn. Seems like we can get away with not even physically attacking these Laos. Just because of the lightning damage. A focus potion is very good for what we're trying to accomplish. Shuffle all of your cards into your draw pile. Draw 4 cards. I think Reboot's actually a good card. It allows us to really push for the 3 major cards we're using right now. Maybe 4. We haven't used Bullseye, but I think it's a big player. Zap, Dualcast, and Ball Lightning are sort of what our deck is revolving around. We do have an Elite fight coming up. I'm going to go ahead and Smith and get the Dualcast free. We have a Focus Potion, so any boss should be fairly easy. This is extremely welcome. Now we don't even need to rest before the boss if we do a really good job of not taking damage. I think we're going to Smith again. And I think what we'll do is... I think we'll take Reboot up to 6 card draw. Because that more or less guarantees that we're going to get our strong cards. Let's do something like this. So already he's down to splitting with 17 health. This feels pretty good. We lost our lock-on bonus when he split, but that's still okay. So how about something like this? What if we do this? Excellent, no damage. Weak Potion would be very good against the Knobgoblin and Lagavulin, I think is how that name is pronounced. Boot Sequence, I will take. Now, do we want more upgrades, or do we want another Relic and some more cards? I think we want Relic. Let's fight this boss. Or these bosses. I really didn't want to fight these in particular, but you win some, you lose some. I do, however, get to go ahead and throw out a Boot Sequence. We will focus on killing this one, I think. And we'll throw up a Reboot. Zap is now free. Dualcast is nice. The reason I chose the middle one, despite likely being able to kill one of these next turn, is just because I'm not sure how the lightning strikes are going to land, and I would feel pretty silly if these survived with like 2 health. We probably could have killed these, actually. He's definitely dead next turn. We're gonna take 8. Not the end of the world. We're still gonna be fine because of our Pantograph. Great. Honestly, this is the first time that playing the defect has felt correct. If that makes sense. I'm feeling a lot more like I'm not playing it wrong. That's probably a better way to word that. Cool, let's see what we got for a relic. Shuriken. Not really a game changer for our deck. Gain 3 block, put a card from your discard pile into your hand. I think that is very useful for us, actually. There's a bit of block in there, but mostly it's just so we can cycle back our dual cast, I think. Okay, let's try something like this. Great. Angry. Upon receiving attack damage, gain 1 strength. So I don't suppose he gained strength from our orb zapping him, so that's fine. Oh, that didn't count as receiving attack damage either. Neat. I'll go ahead and kill him. A fair amount of damage off on him. I don't like this shielder. And maybe we can accomplish this right now. If you have no block, gain 11 block. Interesting. Maybe a bit too situational compared to Leap, which is just free block. How is our block right now? We've only got a boot sequence, boot sequence. And then hologram gives a little bit, but it costs an energy. Maybe we'll take a leap. Leap just seems like a really good card. It's just a much better defend. It gives me a bit of leeway to remove a defend from our deck as well. I think this is how I would like to play this out. And I'm actually going to try to kill you right now. I still don't think we need to bother healing. Actually, we 100% don't need to bother healing. Essence of Steel. I like plated armor though, I will take that. Tempest. Glacier is nice. Tempest is also nice. Hologram I don't think we need another one of. We have a bit more going on in terms of scaling off of ice than we do off of lightning. So we've got lightning for some nice damage, but really blizzard is going to be a big deal for us. This doesn't exhaust either. I think we're going to take Glacier. And I think we're also going to upgrade Blizzard, now that we have something to scale it with. Let's go ahead and throw up a lock on. Let's boot sequence this. Okay, hologram lets us throw up another zap. Maybe we'll go ahead and use our plated armor. It might not be necessary, but let's go ahead and use both of these actually. Because we're definitely getting another potion, and our first turn wasn't as great as I wanted it to be. He's also probably dealing 36 damage or so. Okay, this works fine for me. I will go ahead and weaken him as well, I think, because he's just hitting way too hard to let that all pass through. Shuriken pop. So we're gonna take 20, which is perfectly fine. We've already gotten a huge chunk of his health out of the way. Okay, Ball Lightning is good. Glacier's also good. Starting that Blizzard scale. I wonder if there are any artifacts, or relics rather, specific to the, like the focus aspect of him, or like his orb slot aspect. I imagine there should be. The reason we didn't throw up any block is just because we're getting enough of it passively. Okay, here we go. This fight is going much better for us this time than it did in the last episode. I think we'll throw up a Glacier. Just for the sake of scaling up our Blizzard some more. We are looking good. Now what do we want for this deck, if at all possible? We want to get rid of some of these defends, I think. Maybe just some more energy. Okay. Interesting. I don't really know about that one. I think Seek might actually be useful. Let's take a Seek. Just a bit more deck manipulation for us. I don't think I can take Coffee Dripper. Maybe I could. Let's take Black Star. I think we're in a decent position to fight elites on floor 2. That is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this whole little area be clear before. Okay, so we want to focus on elites this fight, or this act rather. We can pretty much avoid a lot of combat if we follow this path up and fight this elite, or we can do the same thing and get the campfire before the elite fight, which is probably a safer bet for us. From there we've got the option to either come up and fight this elite or take a campfire. I think we will follow this pathing through. Okay, now what do we have to deal with these birds? We have no need to use boot sequence actually. We got Glacier. We've got a dual cast. We can seek for probably just a zap, since it's free. We're not actually taking any damage though. Maybe I should have gone with something else. Oh well. I think Blizzard's going to give us 6 damage. Not huge, but it's something. However, if we do it again, then things start to get interesting. Let's go ahead and lock on this one. I think our deck is doing a lot of things right. It just needs a little bit more scaling. So I think he dies. Oh, they both die. Charge battery. Honestly, I don't think any of these are really all that important for us. Maybe turbo. If I run into an upgraded turbo, I'll take it. For now, let's just stick with things the way they are. Okay. Not a huge fan of the way this is going. However, I don't see him getting away with any of our gold. Let's go ahead and reboot this. Excellent. I don't really want to pay energy to card draw. We'll just pass for now. Oh dear. Unfortunate. Well, we're certainly not taking much in the way of damage. We might consider fighting the two bosses in the next phase of this. That could get us killed. There's a very real chance that that will get us killed. Okay, we'll hologram for a dual cast. And then just kill you. Our deck cycling is going pretty well though, so maybe we are okay fighting them. I think we're gonna do it. I don't really want to fight the Gremlin Knob, but I feel like it could really amp up our run. So because of that, we're gonna do as much as we can turn one to really just tear into these guys. We gotta do something about him, though. He's going to scale out of control if I don't do something. We're not gonna put it any block, just because I don't want him to get any bigger than he already is. I think next turn we should be able to push really hard on them. I miscalculated. I hope that didn't just cost us the fight, but there's a very real chance that it did. Let's go ahead and do this, see if we can't zap him. Only taking one here, so that's nice. However, next turn he's going to hit us very hard. We almost die. Actually, we did die. That's really unfortunate. We were fairly close. I think our deck was just missing a little bit of really anything to deal with him. I should have considered that he's basically a counter to the way our deck is set up. We already had that. I don't know why it's showing up. We already have that. I don't know why that's showing up. Meteor Strike I haven't seen, but I would wager we also have that. How are you supposed to play that? Interesting. Okay. Well, another unsuccessful run with the defect. However, I'm fairly satisfied with our play that time. Choosing the second fight there instead of cowardice was just really a big mistake, I think. But the deck building part of it wasn't terrible, I would like to think. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate your time, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care.